I grew up with a parent who was and is a teacher. During my primary years, I was very close to my mother, and I was the only child whose parent worked at the same school. My movements inside the school were closely watched and reported to my mother. A teacher's child can do no wrong, what I was told. I had to set a good example. Although I liked the attention, I didn't like the consequences that came when I did wrong. Going to high school, I noticed the same trend. None of the teachers had their children at the same school they were in. I asked myself, what could be the reason? My story starts in the days of apartheid, where education was aimed at separating learners and their system of education based on the different racial backgrounds, leading to a highly unjust education system. The dividing powers were strong, but learners were stronger in retaliation and were determined to see change in their education. And change came. Schools had to open their doors to different learners, and they were shocked by the union of cultures, both black and white learners. But the black community took advantage of what they thought was a better education, a way out of the impoverished community. Their ambition paved the way for everyone. Suddenly we had acknowledged professionals within our communities, people who had gone to good schools and came back successful and accomplished. But some of them seem to have lost their identities, seem to have lost their culture, neither fitting with their new friends from school nor their old friends in their community, moving away from the community they had grown up in, not being good enough for them anymore. Parents took their children to the best schools they could afford, even if that meant going into debt. That meant a drop in the number of learners in the community schools and a rise in the former Model C schools. And with the ambition of the teacher in the black community lost their value. People who were seen as leaders suddenly lost their fire, their drive, and with that the admiration of the rest of their community. As an upcoming teacher and parent from a black community, I question my loyalty as an individual to this community of mine. Do I take the easy route and teach in well-established schools or not? How could I best help my community? Do I stay in my community under bad educational circumstances? I question myself as to who am I to make a change in a poverty-stricken education when others have tried. I ask myself, who am I? Where the real question should be, who am I not? I'm Simtembile Dennis Skili. I'm a child of a teacher. I came from a long generation of teachers, passionate teachers. The struggle continues. It is different for all of us. It is different for me. I am Simtembile Dennis Skili. My goal is to open young minds, expand their imagination, make them reflect on their past, their present circumstance, and see a future through all those barriers. But then, what about my children? To which school would they go